Greetings. So, this marks the first beer review of 2022. And to start off, we'll be reviewing Moondog Old Mate Pale Ale. Now, this is a craft beer, so it's by an independent brewery. Um, Now, this particular beer is made in the pale ale style, and ale is brewed from malts, which means that it's very sweet. And usually, because of this, they have bittering agents in them to balance the flavor. Now, historically, they've used some other materials besides hops, but nowadays they use hops to balance the flavor of the beer. Right. Now, this beer claims to have a very tropical, very citrusy kind of flavor. And yeah, I guess we'll just have to open it to see what that would be like. We'll have to see whether it holds true to that claim. Now, to open it. Has a nice fizz. Very small, but it's a bottle, I guess. Anyways, let's pour it in. Now, this ale in particular is actually not what I was expecting. Usually, ale is usually supposed to be a bit darker in color, on the more orange side. In this case, the color-wise, when you pour it in, um, it is quite golden, I guess, but there is a slight hint of orange in there, so I guess it kind of lives up to it. Foam-wise, there's not a lot, so that's nice. And now, just smell it. So when smelling it, there's actually a very strong scent of citrus. I can smell a lot of mandarins in there, and that's kind of the predominant smell with this particular beer. And now to taste it. So when tasting it, when you first drink it, it has a kind of a weak wooden taste. So think of pine wood. It's very faint, but then as you slowly go along with the drink, and after you finish swallowing it, the aftertaste leaves behind a strong aftertaste of oranges, which is quite pleasant. Um, when we talk about bitterness and sweetness for this kind of beer, the bitterness isn't there at all. It's quite weak, um, and I can and you can taste some sweetness with it. So that is quite surprising. It really is, because normally when I drink beers, I fully expect them to be bitter. But I guess that's just because it's brewed with malt in this case, considering that this is a pale ale. And considering how ale is brewed with malt, this shouldn't be surprising. Overall, it's a good taste, it's interesting, but it's not my thing, I guess. Regardless, I will not judge this beer based on my own personal preferences. Price wise, this bottle of beer was purchased at a price of $3.80. And for this, it's quite decent. It's also quite a bit strong, I guess. 1.2 standard drinks for a bottle. I mean, I've seen stronger, but this is okay, I guess. Decent. Um, Overall, I would say that this is a decent beer, I guess. It's alright. It's not exceptional. And I guess this is mainly because, one, the sweetness and bitterness are kind of clashing with each other. You don't really know what you're tasting, aside from the citrusy flavor, of course. That's actually very pleasant. And I guess it's because of that that makes it an okay beer. I guess it's a good beer to start off if you're advancing from light beers onwards. But really, that's all I can say. Decent beer with citrusy flavors that isn't too bitter, but is neither too sweet. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Goodbye.